Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of the Homestead Headlines. Today is November 24th. It is Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. So I just wanted to give you a quick recap about the news of the homestead. We got some good news, although not necessarily helpful news, regarding Cookie. So if you recall from last week, she has not been able to stand up, and we had a vet come and do a little check over her to see what's going on. And this week we were waiting on results of a blood panel to see, if we could help her get up. So a blood test shows that her calcium levels and her selenium levels, which were the two mineral deficiencies our vet thought could be the problem, came back at normal levels. Likewise, the other extreme possibility that the vet had thought it could be BLV, which is bovine leukosis virus, so essentially a blood disease that develops tumors in a cow's uterus, stomach, heart, spinal canal, or lymph tissues. That also came back negative, which is great because there was no cure for that. And it's also very contagious, or it can be contagious to the rest of your herd, so it would have been a bad outcome if that was the case. Unfortunately, that leaves us in a conundrum because we don't really know why she isn't getting up. We did a round of anti-inflammatory meds because our vet said that in case there was something that was putting pressure on a nerve for her lower legs that we couldn't see, this would probably help. And then there was also an additional treatment option for a round of antibiotics in case there's some sort of abscess that isn't showing up in her blood work, that we do have the option of trying starting next week. Apparently, cows can shut down certain arteries to keep infections contained within their bodies, which I think is kind of an amazing skill. But that also means that it is possible to not show significant indicators in a blood panel. But these all sort of seem like feeling around in the dark for possible solutions. And our vet also kind of echoed those sentiments that these are just kind of possible therapies because we don't actually know what's wrong with her. She maneuvers around her pen because she's always trying to get up and not quite getting there. She's kind of like 80% up and then her back legs buckle. But in that process, she kind of moves forward or backwards or side to side in her efforts to stand. That's pretty good because that means she's not sitting on one side of her body for very long and compressing her limbs there, and also not developing any sores or cuts because she's being too immobile. But every time she does move, we're kind of chasing her around her pen with water, her mineral bucket, and hay. At this point, it's a matter of waiting until she calves at the end of December to see if there's any significant changes afterwards to her physical abilities. We are avoiding any steroid type treatments that can be used for down cows because they are known to be possible abortificants, and she's so close to the end of her gestation. I'd hate anything to happen to her calf. I guess I'm thankful that otherwise she appears to be healthy, but it is very bewildering to have a cow that we're not quite sure how to solve her issues. In other news, my husband's been working diligently to get our solar system up and running. He's learning along the way and has spent many hours crawling back and forth in the crawl space above our house, running wires and hooking up things to I have no idea what. And as for me, I've been spending my time outdoors, tearing down the spring garden and composting what I can, trying to tame the edges of the Bermuda grass that are always creeping towards the center of my garden and trying to take over everything. We do have to fix some fence trellises that didn't quite work this year, and we're also going to be setting up some high tunnel gardens to hopefully combat the intense heat of the summer. And I'll try and put up some pictures on our Instagram at Silver Goose Family Farm when that happens. That's about it for Homestead Headlines this week. I hope everyone has a happy and healthy Thanksgiving. God bless you all. Until next time. Bye.